Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, but before we dive into it, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Keen, who are kindly sponsoring today's video. If you have not heard of Keen before, they're essentially a huge online network full of psychics and spiritual advisors that are there to answer your life's questions. And a couple of the things that I really love about Keen is the fact that they are online. So no matter where you live in the world and no matter what time it is, you can log on and browse through available psychics and choose the amount of time that you want to spend with a psychic. They also range from different prices, so you can find one that matches your budget. My personal experience with Keen has been great. I've had a few different psychics predict some really accurate things for me, ranging from my career and also my love life, but I'd highly recommend trying out a few different psychics before choosing the one that you spend your most time with, because each psychic reads a little bit differently. And of course, you want to find one that you resonate with. And I would also recommend preparing your questions in advance. That way you can make the most of your time with your psychic. And if you're interested in giving Keen a try, you can head to my link, trykeen.com/gem, to get your first 5 minutes for only $1. And again, that is trykeen.com/gem to get your first 5 minutes for only $1. The link will also be down below in the description box with all the info, so you can easily access it. And thank you so much to Keen for sponsoring today's video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right back into today's pick a card reading. Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we have our July 2024 month ahead prediction. Welcome. I'm so excited that you're joining me here today to find out more about your month of July. We're going to get into as much detail as possible, whether stuff comes up about career, finances, love, lifestyle, just other happenings within your life. We're just going to get as much information as possible. Of course, we always connect to spirit and ask for information for your highest good at this time. And that is today's video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I do tarot readings on this channel. I also dive into astrology, manifestation, and how to create your absolute dream life. So that is what we do here. And if you want a quick explanation about how this video works, I have 5 different groups in front of me, and you're going to use your intuition to pick one of the 5 groups. If you're drawn to multiple, that's okay too. That just means that there is relevant information within multiple piles for you. But I would say at least pick one, if not maybe 2 if you are drawn to 2, but most people are just drawn to 1. So it really just depends. Use your intuition, see which one you're the most called towards. There's timestamps linked down below so that you can easily navigate through this video. So once you choose your pile, of course, you can skip right ahead to your personal reading using those timestamps that are in the description box or the comment box. And we have different crystals and different bracelets on these groups, as you can see today. I have had so many requests in the past for honestly years now to use the crystal bracelets from Luna Gem, which is the bracelets that I make, and to use them for the crystals that we always put on top of the piles so that you can choose intuitively. Of course, I also put crystals on here too, but with some bracelets. So yeah, thank you all so much for those suggestions in the past. We're finally getting around to it and using the bracelets. So what we have here on group number 1, if you're drawn to group number 1, this one has a gorgeous piece of copper on the top of it. So that is the crystal for group number 1. And the bracelet is this gorgeous, stunning piece of fire quartz. Oh, yeah, we're gonna pick that up in a second. But anyway, here is the gorgeous fire quartz bracelet. It is one of my favorite ever. It is so sparkly and so unique. And it has a bunch of iron in it, which is what creates all of that fiery glow and the redness within the quartz. So, group number 2, we have this beautiful piece of fantasy quartz along with a Tanzanite bracelet. So if you're drawn to the Tanzanite with the fantasy quartz, that is group number 2, and then group number 2 would be your pile if that is what you are drawn to. Group number 3, we have some angel aura quartz along with an angel aura quartz bracelet. So if you are drawn to the angel aura quartz, that is going to be your pile. And then group number 4, we have this stunning piece of Chrysoprase along with Pyrite. So if you're drawn to these crystals, this is for group number 4. And then group number 5, we have this stunning Lepidolite bracelet along with this Super 7 crystal. Super 7 is basically like a type of amethyst, but with a bunch of different other minerals in it. 7 different minerals to be exact. So if you are drawn to this one, that is group number 5, and then that would be your pile. So again, take a moment, pause the video if you would like, in order to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. And then of course, there's timestamps that are gonna be linked down below as always, so that you can skip right ahead to your personal prediction for the month of July. Thank you again so much for joining me here. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. All right, my group number 1's my gorgeous copper and fire quartz group. If you chose this one, this is going to be your July prediction. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, my group 1's, we have Death and then Judgment being reversed, 10 of Swords being reversed, 6 of Wands upright, and then we have the 3 of Wands being reversed. So this is actually an amazing reading. I'm loving this. We also have Priestess and Magic Maker here as well. So your month of July, first off, you're going to be going through some major shifts and transitions. And I feel like honestly, even entering the month of July, you are already feeling that. You are already maybe wanting to make some major shifts and changes in your life right now. And this energy is just going to accumulate more and more. And I see you fully shedding like an old version of you. And with Judgment being reversed as our next card, one of the main feelings that I get is like releasing judgment of yourself rather than being so critical of yourself. I feel like you've been having all of these realizations lately of like, wow, I need to stop this self-criticism. I need to let go of being so hard on myself, so harsh on myself. And I feel like a big practice for you is this self-love, right? And I feel like that's going to be a major theme for you. And I feel like that's something that you're already feeling like you're wanting to work on. And realizing that you are so worthy for who you are. Like it doesn't matter what sort of mistakes you've had in the past. It doesn't matter, like, you know, it doesn't take away from your worth, you know? 10 of Swords being reversed here as well is one of my favorite cards to show up in the reversed position. When it's upright, what it shows is a bunch of, if you look at like the original depiction of it, it's a bunch of swords stabbing into somebody's back. And it's indicating when somebody feels burnt out, drained, or literally stabbed in the back by other people, or it's even just fears of being stabbed in the back by other people, fears of what other people might think or say. It can be worries. It can also indicate going through like physical pains, like back aches, headaches, soreness, other things. Like it just indicates all of this stuff, you know, that we kind of go through when we're going through a bit of a more negative period. However, when this card shows up in the reversed position, those swords fall out of that person's back. It indicates the ending of that cycle and the ending of that period. So what I'm seeing for you in the month of July is total healing from any sort of physical ailments that maybe you've been dealing with and figuring out how to deal with that. For some reason, Spirit also just said the word acupuncture. Maybe some of you are going to get into that or try it out in the month of July. Maybe you've had a calling for that. This is not medical advice, by the way, so if you don't have a calling for that, obviously just like let that go. I'm not saying you need that by any means. I just feel like for some of you, you may have had a calling for that or to try that. Somebody might have suggested it to you. And if so, just Spirit wanted to point that out. 10 of Swords also being reversed, the self-criticism, you're able to let go of so much more of that. I really feel like by July 10th and 11th, you're already going to be so renewed into this new sort of like way of being, this new sort of philosophy of life, this new sort of viewpoint of yourself, which will be so healing. I feel like some of you may have even been like deliberately working towards this and working on this, working on loving yourself and being kind to yourself, motivating yourself. We also have 6 of Wands. So this is such an amazing card. I love that this one showed up for you, especially after what we had over here, because it's sort of this beautiful story sequence that's happening right now. And 6 of Wands is when we feel accomplished other people are also cheering us on. It could also be where we get more recognition for something. So people might give you recognition for how far you've come, the things that you're accomplishing in July. Maybe there's even something that you are working on that will gain more recognition, or you will feel really proud of it. Maybe even just proud of yourself. Like this could be feeling really proud of yourself, but Six of Wands always indicates that other people are seeing it too. It's not just you, it's also like, for one, you're sitting on your high horse. That's literally Six of Wands. It's like you're sitting on your high horse, but everyone else is also cheering you on, and they're like, oh my God, look at you. It's kind of when you reach this moment of a little bit being the center of attention, but in a good way. It's like people really praising you, cheering you on, giving you recognition for where you are. Because it's almost like you've climbed the ladder to a new height, and other people are like admiring that. They're proud of that. So there is something here where you're working on stuff. There might be a chance for you to be in the spotlight in some way, shape, or form within the month of July for some of you. Like if spotlight energy is something that you've been trying to manifest, like, you know, landing a job, or stepping up to a new position, like releasing something or a project that you've been working on. It could be things like that that give you more recognition, but it could also be like a personal transformation that you're making and other people are just really noticing. And yeah, then we also have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is being reversed here, which can indicate that we're not pushing ourselves too much. It's like, let's celebrate what we've accomplished right now. We don't need to like push ourselves to go accomplish so many things right away. I feel like you're also realizing that you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to over push yourself, but you're staying in this nice balance of like, oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. Let me continue what I've done, and let me not like get caught up in thinking that now that means I have to like climb 10 more feet. Like, let me continue on this amazing journey of recognition, being proud, continuing on those practices that have brought me here, and let me just sustain this feeling for a while. So I feel like that is another aspect that's coming through, is just taking the time to celebrate, taking the time to enjoy what you've accomplished, because I do see you accomplishing something in July that you are going to be really proud of. Priestess, begin. There's a total new beginning. The fact that this is the first card, you are also group number one. Number ones are all about new beginnings. The fact that we have the Death here too, it's sort of like a rebirth. The Death card doesn't ever indicate death, and I want you to know that. So if you're new to tarot or anything like that, the Death card is actually a very positive card, and it can be symbolized as a metamorphosis, like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. Like it's the death of the caterpillar, because the caterpillar is no longer a caterpillar, they're now a butterfly. So, right, it's like this amazing metamorphosis and a transformation for the better. That's what the Death card is. It's also can be seen like a snake shedding its skin. It no longer fits into the old skin, so it sheds it, becomes bigger and more wiser and stronger and all of that. So for you, that's what the Death card is. It's this amazing metamorphosis and transition. The Priestess card with begin, and the fact that she's wearing all red, and this is a very red card, it's stepping into your power. This new beginning is all about stepping into your power. You're going to be so proud of yourself. The Six of Wands with Priestess and the Death card here, all of these are just like ringing on each other and amplifying this energy of proudness and self-worth, self-confidence, looking at yourself with this like, whoa, look what I did this month. Look what I've accomplished. Look at the change that I've made. Look at who I am now. Look at who I'm still becoming to. Like, whoa. And it's this moment of just like being so proud. And also what it says here is perceive, predict, and prophesize. I see that you are going to gain a lot of confirmation within the month of July that your goals are way underway, to the point where all of a sudden you can perceive, predict, and prophesize exactly where your future is going, because you are really stepping into like the seat of the architect, the designer of your reality. You know, when you really call your power back and you start taking action on your goals and you get into a routine of it where you're actually seeing progress, and then you're like, ooh, oh, I'm unstoppable now. I can see exactly where I'm going and I'm stepping into my power. I am literally unstoppable, right? Like willpower right here. It's like, oh, I'm determined to keep going and I'm going to keep this up, because I really see that you don't want to end up back here with this Judgment and Ten of Swords energy. You're so determined never to end up back there. And if you think about the Death card, when we're talking about like a snake shedding its skin, it will never fit back into the old skin. And just as you, the shifts that you're making this month, and even that you've already begun making right now, you're never going to fit back into the old skin of the old you anymore. You're the butterfly that's like, oh, there's no way I can become a caterpillar again. It's actually impossible. I can only go up from here. That's going to be the new you. And so perceive, predict, and prophesize, what that's really telling me right now is that you're going to have this new vision for the future where there's just whole new doors that are opening up for you, and you can see a whole new life for you, and it's going to make sense. It's just going to be obvious to you. We also have Magic Maker. So I just see that you are feeling so much more confident in your ability to continue making the magic of your life, because what's really happening this month for you is like stepping into that power, stepping into your magic. We also have angel number 33 popping up for you, which is also a master number, and it indicates coming into harmony, networking and meeting the right people. It indicates a self-transformation of becoming much more in alignment with who you're meant to be, what you're meant to be doing. And in case anyone's like confused about like, well, who am I meant to be? If you're ever confused about that, you're actually the creator of that, right? It's about following what feels in alignment to you. Okay. And even if you're lost on that, that's okay. Try new things and you'll eventually find something that does resonate with you, that you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And this one here says captivate, touch, tantalize, and sense. I feel like you're going to be totally captivated by this new excitement that's happening in your life, the progress that you are making. There's something that you are so proud of. And I do feel like for a lot of you, it's self-focused, like being very proud of yourself and the changes that you are making, the shifts that you are making. Some of you, this could be very proud of like your career, really proud of how far you've come. Maybe you're going to do some big accomplishment within your career, and that's going to be very captivating and motivating for you to continue. For others of you, this could be making a lot of progress within your personal life or even within your romantic life and feeling really excited about that. But yeah, touch, tantalize, and sense. You are going to feel so good about this. Like this Magic Maker and this Six of Wands, I just see you feeling yourself. There's something you're going to be so proud of. In terms of timing, July 26th is really sticking out to me when it comes to this like Six of Wands Magic Maker energy. July 26th is really, really sticking out. However, that time frame might be a little bit like before or a little bit after for some of you, because it is a general reading. And so yeah, that timeline could be a little bit different, but July 26th is really sticking out to me for some reason as an important date for this kind of stuff. But yeah, let's dive into some more cards here to see what else we get for you. So my group number ones, I really feel like diving into this deck of cards. So let's see. What else can my group ones expect for their month of July? Let's see. Ooh. Oh, and you know what's so funny? I cannot believe I didn't even realize this right before going into or right when we started the reading, is the fact that you're the Fire Quartz group that chose like the red and copper. And then your major theme right here is the Priestess card, which is all this red energy, which is stepping into your power. If you are drawn to red lately, my group ones, which is so funny because I was so drawn to using this deck for you next in this reading, because I was just like, oh, red is calling to me for some reason right now. Yeah. Group number ones, if you are drawn to red lately, this is a calling to step into your power, into your confidence. It's also an activation of the root chakra. The root chakra is our foundation. It's where we feel secure. It's where we feel safe. It's also where our material world exists. So if you've been wanting to make more money, find more security, find more stability, manifest your dreams into a physical reality, taking an idea and making it like a physical thing. It could also be doing physical action. It's also where our exercise comes in. The root chakra is connected to our adrenals. So this is gaining more energy, gaining more motivation to actually move your body, make physical shifts, take physical action. The fact that we have all this red and that clearly you're somehow attracted to red because you chose the red group, this is an activation of your root chakra. This is all that energy that I was just talking about. That's what's being activated for you right now, okay? And then we also have Mirabai, the saint of true freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. Wow. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. That is so powerful because like when we can like connect with our own soul that deeply that we feel so just married and connected to our own soul, that is powerful. Love is what sets you free. Loving yourself, marrying your own soul and loving who you are. Seeing yourself from the eyes of somebody who loves you and seeing how like amazing you are and then evoking that inwards. Think about how much you love other people, right? Or how much you love somebody else. And now turn that love inwards and see how you can start loving yourself in that same way, because that is going to set you free. All right, the next card that we have is Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance, which I just mentioned abundance because of the root chakra, because it does rule our like finances and money and our ability to manifest money. So, goddess of abundance, I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. You know, that's actually so true. Way back a long time ago, I used to never understand that concept that wealth is actually created from within. And that actually when you do create the wealth within, the wealth externally shows up. It's so true. I think that that's something that you're going to be working on, that is this feeling of abundance from within, loving yourself from within, doing all this inner work. But that's going to lead to the external success that you are then creating. You are creating magic by shifting a lot of your internal self, getting rid of the criticism, getting rid of the burnout, getting rid of the harshness, getting rid of even people in your life that have been tearing you down or stabbing you in the back, or getting rid of the fear of judgment and getting rid of like physically, like improving your physicality. All of those things are going to reflect in your reality and what manifests. And that's just going to be amazing and huge for you. And I'm so excited to see what comes about from this. So my group ones, wow. Let's see what else we have for your month of July. Here's our astro cards. Let's see what shows up for you for your month of July. I've been using a lot of the same cards lately. I've been so drawn to like just a certain few of them, and I can't stop using them. I'm just so into them. So anyway, I know sometimes people like when I use different cards that you guys don't see often, but here we are. We have Aries energy, which is very fire, very red-esque. So I wonder if some of you are connected to Aries energy in some way. But if not, this Aries energy, this is just what's coming into your life right now. Motivation, focusing on the self, focusing on what you want, taking action. This is a surge of energy, a surge of inspiration. It's also a new beginning because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So it also symbolizes the new beginnings, which is your major theme of this month. Then we also have waxing crescent, inspiration, creativity, growth, accomplishments, and learning. Wow, that fits with you perfectly. Inspiration, creativity, growth, accomplishments, and learning. So waxing crescent is when the moon is in the phase of building. It's building up to the full moon, which means it's building up to the full accomplishment, the full manifestation. So yeah, tons of amazing energy. We also have Sagittarius energy, more fire energy for you. I cannot believe it. I wonder if some of you are fire signs, or you're just, you're going through a fire phase of your life where things are fiery, they're motivating, it's the inspiration is there, the energy is there. It's like, let's take action, let's make some moves here. But Sagittarius energy is the energy of expansion. It's also the energy of learning, learning new philosophies, expanding your consciousness, expanding yourself. Sagittarius is also ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of abundance. So it could be calling in more abundance. And also Sagittarius is also very keen on traveling. So there could be something where maybe we're wanting to expand ourselves, get outside of our comfort zone, maybe do something we've never done before, go to a place we've never been before. So it could mean literal travel, or it could just mean traveling outside your regular routine, traveling outside your regular comfort zone. So doing things, again, like you've never done before, trying out something new, going and seeing a new place, even if it's like local, it's like we're still expanding ourselves out and trying new things in that way. And you're going to find abundance and a lot of fun. Sagittarius and Aries are both very fun. They're very exciting. So I do feel like this month is going to be full of stepping outside of your comfort zone, a lot of fire energy. So I'm feeling like warmth is a theme, going somewhere warm, being in the warmth, being in the sun more, being outside, being playful, things like this. So that is what we have here. Let's dive into one more deck of cards, and then we're gonna get into our Astro Dice. So let's see, my group ones. Any last messages for the month of July? Transmute, worker bee, getting stuff done. Things that have been left undone for quite some time now, things that you're just like, I need to finish that. I need to get that done. I need to do that thing. This is a month of productivity. This is a month of getting stuff done. The worker bee is also, he makes the honey. He makes something sweet out of it. I feel like you're going to be very proud of your accomplishments, and I also feel like you're going to be treating yourself for those accomplishments, because it's like, oh, I got that thing done. Let me go and enjoy the honey now. Let me go and enjoy some fun, some excitement, something rewarding. So I do also see rewards coming in for you for the month of July. So with that being said, let's dive into our Astro Dice. We're going to roll the Zodiac Sign Dice 3 times to get the top 3 most likely Zodiac signs that will pop up in your life, be in your life. This could be like people that you know, people that you work with, all that. So let's see the most prominent Zodiac signs for you. So we have, why am I blanking? Virgo coming up for you. So Virgo people, oh, that was Scorpio, although I just like accidentally flipped it, but I feel like that might also be because Libra is your other one. So Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo are the Zodiac signs that are going to be the most prominent for you in your life. And let's go ahead and roll all these together now to get any last information for you. So my group ones, of course we have Venus energy coming up for you in the 4th house, and Virgo energy once again. So Virgo, Venus in Virgo in the 4th house. Productivity, that is for sure. Also, making your space more beautiful might be a calling that you have, like tidying things up, making things gorgeous. Like Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and money. So when it's in the 4th house, we feel like beautifying our space. We feel like making it more homey, more comfortable, more aesthetic, more pleasing to be in. Also, since Venus is the planet of money and the 4th house is our foundation and our home, this could also be where we're really inclined to start saving more, especially since this is in Virgo. It's like making more of a savings plan, or making more of a plan of how to invest and grow your finances. The 4th house, since it's the foundation, it also talks about the ground. So it can be, so when Venus is there, it could be planting new seeds that we're now gonna grow. So this is in regards to money. This could be different plans that we're making of like, ooh, let me grow my money in this way. Let me do this so I can save it, and then this is gonna grow here. This is gonna turn into more here. This is gonna be a good investment here. So Venus in Virgo in the 4th house is all those different types of investments, but it is also beautifying and creating a more healing space. Virgo likes to heal. Virgo likes to feel comfortable and organized. Virgo is also, there's this idea that Virgo is like a clean freak or much more particular. So this could also be where we feel like decluttering and reorganizing our home to make things more flowing and to make things more breathable, to make things more organized, right? So I do also see this possibility of doing some more like organizing, getting stuff in order, getting rid of stuff that you haven't touched in years, and just doing a whole clean out to be a little bit more tidy and zen and all of that. So that is what we have as our last information for you for the month of July, my beautiful group number ones. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. Okay, my group number twos, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of July. So let's go ahead and see what we have for you. All right, my group twos, your month of July, we have Empath and Sorceress. Then we also have Queen of Swords being reversed, King of Cups upright, Seven of Wands, Nine of Cups, and then Temperance being reversed as well. So getting into this, first off, Queen of Swords, when she is reversed, one thing that I'm feeling for you is that through the month of July, you are going to be letting go of overthinking. You are going to be letting go of fear of speaking what it is you truly feel and need to say. Because when she's reversed, like, she might be repressing her voice a bit. She might be afraid to confront situations. She might be feeling really emotional about things and putting her heart before her head and just feeling a lot. The fact that we also have Empath coming up, I feel like this is a month of getting back into balance when it comes to your thoughts and your feelings, and figuring out exactly what it is that you need to say, what it is that you need to express, and also gaining the confidence to express those things, to address them. There's definitely something that I'm feeling like you personally need to address in your life. Like, maybe it's speaking your mind. Like, Queen of Swords being reversed, I feel like there is something you have not spoken your mind on and it is still lingering around, and you know that you need to maybe face it and address this thing, rather than, like, it's almost like you're afraid of hurting people. The fact that we have Empath, the fact that we also have King of Cups, you are so emotionally in tune to where even when you do have something you really deeply need to say, it's almost like you might hold back because you'd rather not hurt somebody else and you'd rather not create conflict or, create conflict. It's like you're trying to avoid conflict. But the month of July is about healing this, overcoming this, and letting go of these thoughts that are sort of just eating away at you. It's like, let's address it so that we no longer have to carry that around, right? And you will be addressing it. You're no longer going to have to carry it around. It's going to be great. So I see you gaining the confidence to express yourself, speak your truth. King of Cups right here too. I just see you doing it in a compassionate way, because what I'm getting from this is like, you are a compassionate person. You do feel things deeply. You feel things a lot. And there's actually ways in which to use your voice and to use your heart and your kindness together to create the perfect, way to express yourself that's not gonna rock the boat too much. I'm also seeing that there is a lot of blue energy. This actually happened for the last group, where their energy was all the red energy, just like their crystal was actually red, which is crazy. And I don't plan these things, guys. I don't even look at the cards before placing the crystals on them, nothing. I have no idea. I just do it intuitively. And there's always these crazy synchronicities. So for you, there's all this blue energy. You have the Tanzanite and the Fantasy Quartz, which is all that blue. King of Cups, Sorceress here. Even our Temperance and our Nine of Cups has a lot of this like blue purple energy. This is an activation of your throat chakra and your third eye chakra, and using them to open them up, using your voice and also your listening skills, because part of the throat chakra is also listening, and then also understanding, wanting to gain understanding, also wanting to be understood. But in order to be understood, we also have to want to understand. So it goes both ways, right? Anyway, now we're getting deep. Seven of Wands here as well. I see you getting on top of this. If you have a fear of confrontation, if you have a fear of standing up for yourself, if you have a fear of expressing yourself, I really see that this month is going to give you the opportunity to really face that, learn from that, and also come out and be like, oh, I got this. I got this. That was way easier than I thought. Like, life is full of these situations, right? We can't run from them. And I just see like this is the month of facing it. And then look at it's healed. The fact that like our sequence here from our Queen of Swords is going into the King of Cups, which is like, oh, let me just speak from my heart. And that'll make speaking much more easy. Seven of Wands is like, oh, yeah, this is fine. And it's realizing that you got it under control. It's fine. Seven of Wands is when we might have to stand up for ourselves, and it's literally the card of standing up for yourself, which is wild, and that's your first and center card. This is your month of saying what it is that you want to say, having a conversation about it. It doesn't have to be aggressive. It can come across compassionately, which is what I see that the approach that you're going to be taking. And then we do also have Nine of Cups as well, which is being satisfied with the outcome. Through the month of July, as you face whatever this is, you're going to be really satisfied with the outcome. I also see, like, as well with these cards, I'm seeing this energy of like, I just want to stop overthinking. I want to come back to a calm, fulfilled place of feeling good, feeling fulfilled, literally. And I see you being able to get on top of things, getting on top of your responsibilities, getting on top of tasks, getting on top of your to-do list. I see that being a huge thing for you. Oh my goodness, if you wanted a productive month of getting stuff done to where all of a sudden you can then relax and you're just like, you know what? I'm pretty satisfied with the outcome right now. That is what you're getting. If there is something that you are worried about right now that you don't want to face, it's like you're going to be fine. You're going to get the outcome that you want. Nine of Cups, you're going to be really satisfied with the outcome here. If any of you are needing to deal with admin stuff that you've been putting off, I see you getting on top of that. That's going to go great. You're going to be satisfied with the outcome. And I see honestly the rest of the month of July, I see this energy of like, why was I making such a big deal over that? Like, you're literally going to be saying, my love, you're literally going to be looking back on all of this energy of this overthinking, over worrying, anxiety, all of that. You're going to be looking back and you're literally going to think, oh my God, why did I put so much energy towards that? Everything literally turned out fine. Everything is fine. And the Nine of Cups is when we're like so satisfied. It's also the wish card when we get a wish. So my question to you right now, group number 2, is what are you wishing for? What do you want to happen? Define that, because you're getting that. And honestly, I actually see you being more satisfied with the way that things turn out than you could have wished for previously. I see you being even more satisfied, more content. Things are going good. Nine of Cups with King of Cups too is this level of fulfillment where we're feeling emotionally full. We're feeling emotionally really satisfied. We're feeling totally good. Like emotionally through the month of July, that's going to be great. Okay. Temperance being reversed too is getting things back into balance and kind of figuring out what mixes and what doesn't mix. I do think that there's going to be certain things in your life that you're looking at that you're like, why was I trying so hard to make this thing happen when I can just be satisfied with like going with the flow? I'm getting the feeling like there's an easier answer and it's going to come to you. You're going to see it and figure it out in July. There's going to be an easier answer than what you've been almost forcing to happen. Temperance being reversed is when we're trying to mix oil and water and we're just like, why won't it mix? And it's just like, it's constantly separating. It's constantly not mixing. And it's like, well, it wasn't meant to mix. And then, so I really see that you're going to be solving an issue that you've been maybe approaching the wrong way before. You're going to be solving that issue and being like, oh, I see. That was easier than I thought. So yeah, that's what I'm getting from this. Then also the fact that we had empath, I touched on this one a bit. It's just talking about the fact that you are so empathic and you're going to be getting more in touch with your emotions and realizing like your emotions are a gift. It's such a gift that you are so aware of other people's feelings. It's such a gift because then that means you approach things with such compassion. And you're going to reach understanding. This month for you is all about your feelings and getting your feelings to a fulfilled, happy place. Relate, understand, and console. That is the theme going through this next month. Finding understanding, just like what we were talking about with the throat chakra. Like, in order to be understood, we must also seek to understand. That is a rule of thumb that is always true in all circumstances. So yeah. Also with sorceress, we have summon, conjure, weave, enchant. As this, like, I feel like you're summoning your inner strength that you didn't even realize you had, because maybe we just didn't see ourselves that way, or we didn't feel confident to speak ourselves. You're just summoning your inner voice. You're going to summon that stronger part of you in July and realize, oh, let me just like rise up and realize that I am so much stronger than I give myself credit for. Let me rise up to a more authoritative position rather than letting people walk all over me, rather than me just suppressing my thoughts and feelings. Let me rise to a more authoritative position. Let me summon my inner sorceress and let me summon my inner power. And let's dive in. Like that is your biggest theme happening here. So we're going to dive into some more cards. Let's go into these ones. We're going to stick to the same cards we used in the last group too. So, oh, okay. That card really wanted to come out for you. So we have the Goddess of Devotion. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Wow. So yes, commit to, like, you don't have to, in order to use your voice, you don't have to be somebody different. Like, you can use your voice with compassion. You don't have to, yeah, it's like using your love, using your compassion with all the things that you have to deal with all the things that you might be going through at the moment, and then overcoming that. I'm hearing that July 16th is going to be a special date for you. I think July 16th is going to be a really significant date where a lot of things shift for you in July, where it's kind of like you're sitting there satisfied, happy. You're like, oh, things went really well. Things went really well there. Like, let me summon my inner power. Let me summon my inner compassion and fulfillment, and let me speak from my heart. Like, that's really your biggest theme. And I know I'm talking a lot about the speaking in this video. I mean, it's been like 10 minutes of talking about your voice, but like, really, I feel like group twos, you've needed to focus on that. Like, that's been something that's been needing to be addressed and to have more confidence about as well. We also have Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. This one came up for the last group too, but I love that it's coming up for you. So I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. Realizing you have so much to offer. Also, whenever the goddess of abundance comes up, it opens up our realm of feeling more abundant. And the fact that we have the 9 of Cups and the King of Cups here in your reading, this is when we feel so fulfilled. And when we feel fulfilled, when we feel abundant, things around us just are more abundant. So this could be like, we're going to feel more abundant when it comes to our love relationships that are around us, feeling more abundant with love, because that's very connected to the cups. But it can also be when we feel more abundant literally with our money as well. And we feel like, oh, I just feel more wealthy. It can also be feeling more healthy, feeling abundant, feeling like you're surrounded by goodness. And that's a feeling that I think is going to come through the month of July as you face and let go of, or not let go of, but heal and overcome these things by facing them. So let's see, what else do we get for you? My group twos for your month of July. What else do we have as your big themes? Emotional fulfillment is definitely a huge theme as well. Finding what emotionally fulfills you. So then we also have the 12th house showing up for you, which is all about our subconscious mind. It's also our creativity. It's a house of intuition, which intuition is a huge theme coming up for you in your reading, since we have all this empath, all this water energy. And this one specifically says this is the house of, intuition and the unconscious. Just talked about both of those. Here's where we see transcendent experiences. Hospitals, prisons, secret agendas, and hidden enemies, as well as unknown possibilities and one's weaknesses. So for you, what I'm seeing when that part comes up, I see that there is different fears that you might have that you know you need to face, and you know it's right around the corner that you need to face them, which is kind of what we were just talking about through this reading. And I really see you coming on the other side and being like, oh, it was literally fine. You might think that it's a weakness for you, but I see you getting over it and being like, oh, I don't know why I was so scared of speaking my mind, saying what it is I needed, and having that conversation, doing those things. This is also the house associated with long-term confinement, seclusion, and psychic abilities. I don't see you being... This card, actually, the way that it describes the 12th house is like really dark. It's not actually that dark, and it's rarely ever that dark. So anyway, you do, like, whenever the 12th house comes up, there is a tendency to spend more time alone, yes. And there's a tendency to want to be more internal. But what I'm really seeing for you is like one of your themes for this month is kind of overcoming that and realizing, oh, I can express. I can come out of my head. I can come out of living in my overthinking. I can come out of living in it's because it's almost like the way that you've been living is like all of your emotions, thoughts, and feelings have been like kept inside, which is kind of like that confinement. It's like you've been feeling confined when it's come to your emotional things, and like the things that you've needed to face and all of that, the fears that you've needed to overcome and face. So what I'm seeing is like you coming out of that shell, facing that, overcoming that, and literally being so satisfied of like, why was I ever overthinking that in the first place? Why was I ever like so distraught about that in the first place? Like that is the energy of how you're going to overcome that and how you're going to feel on the other side. We also have the 6th house coming up as well, which is the house that's related to Virgo energy. And it's the house of getting stuff done. It's productivity. It's also a house related to healing, since it's so connected to Virgo as well, and being of service to others. So maybe some of you tend to be people pleasers, and maybe you're really needing to face that this month and overcome that. It is also a house that talks about our daily routine. So I feel like for you, perhaps you're going to want to find a routine that really feels good for you, a routine that allows you peace and serenity. Because sometimes when we have a routine where we have segments of our day where we're not really doing much and we're just scrolling on our phones, we have a tendency to overthink in that time. Or, you know, if we come home and we're like, oh, I don't know what I want to do right now, or, oh, like, you know, we have a tendency to overthink in those moments and let our mind kind of jump to all things. So I do feel like getting a routine in your life is going to really be so healing for you, to where it's like, oh, I have stuff to do. Let me go and work on this. Let me go do this activity. Let me go and see this friend. Like those types of things. It's when we're much more, not that you should distract yourself away from your problems. I'm definitely not advising that. But it's like realizing that overthinking is not going to, it's not going to help, right? So let's see. What else do we have? My group twos. My group twos. Let's see. More about your month. I'm definitely seeing routine is going to be, just like I said, especially healing for you. And I feel like Spirit is really encouraging, like, yes, make a routine that you love. And I definitely see you working through that and working on that in this month. And I'll also just read what it says here too. So this is the house of health and jobs. Here's where we can see the daily work-life routine and organizational ability, as well as body care, diet, and exercise. Animals and pets also belong to this house too. So yes, we also have the waning crescent moon. So surrender, restore, reflection, intuition, and stillness. Tons of intuitive cards coming up. Like you feel stuff on a deep level, my group twos, my goodness. But this is your month of like, let's surrender. Let's no longer let all of these thoughts, you know, I'm kind of going on the same topic and I don't mean to, but hopefully it's helpful to hear this stuff. But yeah, restore as well. This is your month of restoring and coming back. The fact that you have the wish card. You literally have the wish card of getting your wish and feeling fulfilled and feeling like, oh, I'm so satisfied with how things turned out. So it's like, yes, there's so much encouragement in this pile from Spirit. We also have lunar eclipse coming up for you. So releasing the past breakthrough, pushing limitations, and healing. That is literally your theme this month. My group twos. Wow. Releasing the past. So patterns that kept you stuck in the past are being released. You are having your breakthrough this month. Seven of Wands, that's also a breakthrough card. It's a card of facing fears and overcoming obstacles, facing all sorts of things, and getting to the point of having a breakthrough, pushing limitations, realizing, oh, whoa, I never gave myself credit for how much strength I actually really had because I never knew it before. It's like you're discovering that. And then healing, because it's like, yes, once we overcome a challenge or obstacle or fear, of course it's so healing on the other side of it. And the fact that we have all these cup cards, it's all of this energy of healing, emotional healing, feeling so much more in alignment, feeling like your emotions are in a good, amazing, fulfilled place. So let's see, my group twos, what else do we get? My group twos. Ooh. The revolutionary, look at you calling your power back and creating a revolution in your life. Things are never going to be the same again. It's really like igniting the torch and being the creator of your life, creating a revolution, which is also kind of like a evolution. It's the evolution of your soul. And then we also have, oh, the seeker. Whenever the seeker comes up, so there's, if you can see, there's like teeth on this card. And whenever teeth show up, if you ever have dreams of your teeth, losing your teeth, whatever, teeth, teeth symbolize self-worth and self-image. So the seeker, I see you, your self-image is improving, realizing like, oh, I am so much more capable than I thought. I am so much more, I'm just so much more than I thought. It's that realization. I'm so much more than I thought. Taking your power to create a revolution in your life. Leading a revolution. You're the leader of a revolution in your life through the month of July, overcoming this fear to where you're going to look back on it and literally just be like, why was I ever scared of that? Why did I ever give it so much power and so much emphasis before? Because I never needed to. Self-worth. I feel like you're going to gain compliments this month. Compliments are coming through for you. So that is what we have here. We're going to go ahead and take our Astro dice. We're going to roll the zodiac sign dice 3 times to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs to be in your life this month. Then we're also going to roll all of them together to get any last information. So, group twos. Sagittarius is coming up. So Sagittarius people, Capricorn energy, and Scorpio energy. So Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Scorpio. Now let's roll all these together. And let's see, your last information is the sun in Aquarius in the 2nd house. Wow. The 2nd house is the house of like, it's a house of worth. It's the house of belongings, your material possessions. The sun is the soul where we illuminate. And Aquarius is this energy of innovation, new ideas, expansion, thinking about the whole world, right? Can also be where we invent things, we get creative when it comes to thinking outside the box, trying new things. So your last bit of energy here, I see you kind of being really innovative as well when it comes to your material world and realizing you have so much more power and you can do and manifest so much more than you once thought. I think that you're going to be learning something completely new when it comes to money, finances, or your career or your material world. You're going to be expanding outside the box and learning something entirely new here. You might even be called to learn a new skill or dive into something that you've never done before. Maybe you had an idea for quite some time that you're like, ooh, that would really fulfill my soul to pursue that. Maybe you've had an idea like that, and this is the month of taking action on that and pursuing that and doing the things that light your soul up. So what lights your soul up, my group twos? That is the question that I will leave you off with here for this reading. Everything is going to go so much more smoothly than you are currently thinking. So again, if you are overthinking anything right now or scared of facing something, the outcome is going to be so much better than you think. And yeah, set your intention for that, because that intention will be manifesting and getting your wish and coming out on the other side. Also, the wish card The Nine of Cups can also indicate when we manifest something that we've really been wanting to manifest for quite some time. So that is also an aspect that the Nine of Cups brings. So if there is something that you have been wanting to manifest, but you didn't understand how it would happen, something is coming in here. New information, progress, and possibly the actual physical manifestation of the thing. So I see that, and tons more fulfillment, tons more just like happiness and contentment and feeling so good. So that is what we have. I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you so much for joining me here today, my group number 2s, and until next time, bye. All right, my group 3s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for July. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Okay, my group 3s, my Angel Aura Quartz group. And you know what is so funny? Every group so far, the color of the bracelets and crystal has correlated to the colors that show up in the reading, and it literally is happening for you right now too. And I do not plan this. I never look at the cards before placing the crystals on them. It's just I do it intuitively, and again, we have that same synchronicity happening. So we have a lot of like rainbow energy, of course, with the Angel Aura Quartz, and we got a lot of rainbow energy and light energy going on in the cards. Like it's all just like this rainbow gold, just like the just like the bracelet and the crystal. So anyway, so funny. Let's dive into what is happening for you. Two of Wands with Page of Cups to start us off. Going into the month of July, I feel like for you, you're kind of visualizing. There's like an idea or something that you're thinking about stepping into further in the month of July. Two of Wands is like when we have our sights set on something, there's something that's caught our eye, there's something that's caught our interest, it's a vision that we're currently holding, and we're in the planning stage of it. We're sort of still defining it, figuring out what it is, what it's going to lead to. With Page of Cups right next to it as well, it's when our emotions are also really pulling us in that direction. Our emotions are like, this is really fun and exciting. This vision is catching my eye, this idea is catching my eye, this path, this thing, I want to pursue it more. I want to see where it's going. I want to see what it could possibly potentially turn into and become. Page of Cups is like getting an idea that's sort of like, you know, it's new, it's different. It can also be a romantic interest or something that, again, is just fulfilling to us emotionally or interesting to us emotionally. And it's calling us in that direction. Page of Cups can also indicate like invitations coming through. So like somebody reaching out to us and saying like, hey, do you want to try this out? Or do you want to work together? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Here's an invitation for this. It can be all types of things along the lines of that. And I do see you kind of like, let's play around with this idea further. Let's plan it. Let's talk about it. Let's potentially dive into it. So it talks about all things like that. For some of you, I do feel like this could be a romantic interest. For others of you, I do feel like this is maybe just the personal creative idea that you have, or even like something that you're working in collaboration with somebody else that is coming through. That is something to look forward to, something that is quite exciting. Five of Cups being reversed over here. Through the month of July, so one thing that I get here, Two of Wands is sort of when we're still in the planning stage of whatever this is. We're still in the thinking stage of like, do I say yes? Do I dive into it? Do I fully take the plunge? And Five of Cups, when it's reversed, indicates that we are overcoming fear and doubt. So maybe in the past, or maybe even in the present moment, you've been dealing with some like, is it gonna fail though? Or, you know, I don't want to jump in too soon and then have it bite me in the butt. I don't want to take this leap and then be disappointed that I did after. So it's kind of like this waiting and evaluating. And I feel like this is your energy, possibly even right now, or this is going to happen sometime within the first week of July. This energy of like, oh, there's this new thing. How do I navigate it? And how do I evaluate it? The Fool card is the energy of taking the plunge and taking the leap. So with all of your evaluations, with all of your things, I see you diving in. Literally, even the horse in this reading or in this card is diving into the water. So I see you diving in and taking that leap, taking that chance, going for it. The sun being reversed over here, the sun is a beautiful card, and whether it's in the upright or reverse position, it brings positivity and sunlight and amazing energy to any reading, whether it's upright or reverse, which is amazing. When it is reversed though, it can sometimes indicate that we might not see the entire picture right yet. It's still developing, but it's happy. It's exciting. It's something that's like, ooh, it's illuminating your life. This thing, whatever this is going to be illuminating your life. We might not see the whole picture yet. We still might have questions about it, but it's illuminating your life, and it's going to feel like a fun, new, exciting venture. Ace of Pentacles as well is when we plant the seed, we invest our time, we make a commitment, we make a plan, we make a schedule, we solidify something. So you're going to be solidifying an idea and solidifying a new path in your life this month. Solidifying a project, solidifying like I'm going to commit, I'm going to do this, I'm going all in, and it's overcoming the fear and doubt that might have been kind of delaying your ability to just dive right in. So yeah, I see that. Sun reverse can also indicate some delays. So there could be something that, again, there was some sort of hesitation. However, it's like there's such good energy around it. There's such good energy that how could we not dive in, right? But yes, so anyway, all of that energy, the sun still brings this really positive energy where we're going in, but we're also like, okay, I'm still navigating it at the same time, right? Luminary as well. There's an exciting prospect coming into your life, an exciting idea. It's going to illuminate you. It's going to light you up. The fact that we also have sun, it's kind of like the sunrise. Like when the sun is reversed, it's sort of like the sun is still rising and we're sort of seeing it come to life. We're seeing something come to life, the picture come to life, the project, the idea, the prospect come to life. This says activate. So you're going to feel activated through the month of July. There's an exciting opportunity. It's and it's going to brighten. It's going to brighten your life. It's going to add more fun. You're going to be really determined for it as well. It's like this energy of like, let's go for it. It's a lot of action. It's a lot of like, let's dive in. And then we also have this spirit energy, which is renew, detox, purify, and cleanse. So as well, on top of everything that you are going through, I'm also seeing this like inspiration to possibly do some like detoxing in your life, getting rid of the negativity. And the fact that we do also have 5 of Cups being reversed here makes so much sense. Like through this next month, I see you detoxing your mind, purifying your life. So when it comes to the things that held you back, when it comes to the things that weighed you down, stole your energy, stole your vibe and your essence and dragged you down, I see you becoming more aware of that and cleansing that, getting rid of those things in your life. I feel like I get a message for you, my group 3s, that this is a month where you're going to deeply, deeply, deeply feel like I just want to get rid of anything in my life that weighs me down, that drags me down, and I want to feel renewed. I want to feel like I'm spreading my wings, flying high. I want to bring in the brightness into my life. I want to bring in the sunshine. I want to bring in the happiness, and I want to bring in the good vibes. Like I see that for you, raising your vibration is going to be huge for you. It's also interesting that this is the Angel Aura Quartz group, which is the group that you chose, which is all this rainbows and sunshine and light and illumination. And also it's very connected to spirit. Angel Aura Quartz connects us to angels, spirits, higher states of consciousness, raising your vibration. It's all of that energy. So I also feel like you're going to get downloads of what you need to do. More of your purpose is going to be lit up, more of who you are. There's going to be a deeper understanding of who you are. And I do feel like you're being divinely guided. And I feel like this decision that you're making, this thing that you're taking a leap into, it almost feels like you're divinely being guided to do so. You're going to feel that greatly. And the fact that we also have master number 11 showing up for you right here. Master number 11 is a new beginning, and it's also where we are called to step things up, like connecting to the highest version of yourself, connecting to your higher self. I see that you're really leveling things up this month, my group 3s. So that is beautiful. And let's go ahead and dive into our next deck of cards here. So for you, I actually feel like pulling out these ones. So let's see what we get here for you. We have, ooh, best possible decision. It came up reversed, which I actually feel like is significant. A lot of the times in Oracle cards, I don't read reversals because most Oracle cards don't ever have reversal meanings. However, I do feel like it was actually meaningful for you. And what I'm getting is that it was meaningful in the sense of maybe you're wondering, like, is this going to be the right decision for me? Is this going to be, like, do I go all in? Yes. You might not see that it's going to be the best possible decision right away, but I think on the other side of it, you're going to be like, oh yeah. That was amazing. We also have a lot of this periwinkle energy showing up. Periwinkle is going to be a prominent color for you in this next month. And I feel like for you, it's connecting to your vision, your higher purpose. You might be really drawn to that, like pastel, rainbow, periwinkle kind of like colors. We do also have safe travel showing up. So keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home. So there could also be an opportunity to physically actually travel. Maybe you do have travel plans in the month of July. If so, I see that going really well for you and being so fun. That could also be like an opportunity that's just going to pop up for you in this month. If travel's not a thing, which I also feel like this has multiple dimensions to it. So another message that I'm getting from safe travel is that when you expand outside of your comfort zone, when you take this leap, you are going to be safe. You are traveling to an opportunity or to a place in your life that you've never been before. You are traveling outside of your comfort zone and you're going to be safe. This is a time for you to roam, get outside of your comfort zone, and expand your home. Expand where you feel comfortable. Expand what is familiar to you. I see that being a major theme for you. We also have Master number 22 showing up, which Two of Wands and Master number 22 are very connected because they both talk about planning. It also is a time of self-improvement. It's also a time of creating an ultimate vision that you're gonna pursue, and you're so dedicated to pursuing and doing so from a place of like, how do I step into and become that version who's gonna land that career, get that love of my life, increase her amount of income, create the best lifestyle with the highest, greatest, best version of myself. Like it's stepping up into those things, having something to really reach for. So let's dive into our next deck of cards here, my group threes. Let's see what we get for you here with our astrology cards. So we have first quarter moon, making decisions, obstacles, taking action, momentum. So yeah, I do feel like you're going to be overcoming an obstacle, but the obstacle is the self, is what I'm really feeling, which I do feel like you're going to get over just fine based on all of the cards that came up. But yeah, you're making a decision this month. There's a big decision to make, taking action and gaining momentum on this idea. We also have the last quarter. We have the first quarter and the last quarter. Ooh, there's a cycle of completion going on. You're beginning something this month, and you're also going to reach some sort of completion or milestone at the very least, like major milestone of like, woo, I made it to where I intended to make it to. Okay, so first quarter, last quarter, it's a full cycle that's happening. And then we have transition, letting go, forgiveness, adaptation. So there is a transition that you're going to be going through this month. I also feel like for you, it's letting go of those fears and doubts, kind of what we were talking about, and adapting to exploring outside of your comfort zone. Then we also have Ceres coming up as well. Ceres is the asteroid that is about motherhood, children, nurturing, but it can also be about nurturing yourself or nurturing an idea or showing up as that nurturing version of you for somebody in your life. So it can be that sort of like the nurturing side of you is going to come out this month, whether that be towards projects that you're working on, towards the self, or towards someone else. But that is going to be a theme of your month as well, is this nurturing side being called to come out more in this month. So that is coming through, and let's also dive into these cards as well to get any last cards. And we're going to dive into our Astro dice for you. my group threes, let's see. We have the Sage coming up. I also want to point out, this is just a random epiphany that came up, but the fact that we have master number 22 and 11, those are really calling out to me. And the fact that you're group 3, and when we add these, you kind of also get master number 33. I feel like there's this ascension happening for you. There's an ascension through this next month. But yeah, also the Sage is when we clear and cleanse, detox. You could actually be literally doing some form of detox this month, like detoxing yourself from your phone, social media, substances, detoxing yourself from gossiping, negative people, other things that bring you down, doing some sort of detox to allow you to rise higher. I see you absolutely like being able to see and address what is not good for you, and coming to a place of like, yeah, let's get rid of that. Why would I surround myself with that? Perhaps you're also going to do a big cleanse around your home and like sage your home, which I highly recommend. I do it all the time, and I feel like my home just uplifts in so much energy when I do a huge clean out and then I just sage every room. If you don't know how to sage a room and you don't know what sage is a type of like dried, well, sage is a type of plant, but then you get it in the dried form, and you can burn it and do something called sweeping. So sweeping with sage, sweeping with smoke. And you can Google it, Google how it's done, and basically you just go around your house and it clears old negative energy, and it will literally renew your space, and like, it's amazing. It's such an amazing thing. You can also sage yourself. You can sage objects to cleanse them, all sorts of different things. So yes, I see that could be a really beneficial thing for you. You might even be called to do that. You might already do those things. So yeah, let's see what else we have. My group threes. I want to get one more card from this deck. Ooh. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that one wanted to come out too. So the Magician is coming out. Then we also have Release. Letting go of what's no longer serving you. That's coming through big. We also have Withdraw. Okay. The Magician, Withdraw, Sage, and Release. I feel like you're going to gain the confidence to step outside of your comfort zone, to step outside of where you are, to take that leap. The frog is leaping from his familiar lily pad, and he's like, okay, we're going to a new one. So you're going to get the courage to really, take that leap and release what has been holding you back. Releasing negative things, negative habits, negative patterns. Also, stepping into your magic. Stepping into your magic. The Magician steps into their magic. They know that they're so capable of manifesting their higher vision. I'm also seeing meditation being a thing for you. I think some of you, group threes, you're wanting to create a routine that it's almost like a spiritual routine. It's like almost like you're wanting to create like some sort of routine to keep you in alignment, or to keep your spirit in alignment, to keep that health of the spirit, which meditation is such a great way. Sage or Palo Santo, amazing rituals, all sorts of different things that you can do to get yourself back into that like spiritual cleanse, alignment, feeling high vibe. And I feel like you're going to create a routine around that. I feel like a lot of you have been called towards that, which also makes so much sense that you were called to Angel Aura Quartz, because Angel Aura Quartz is such a spiritual and spiritually connected crystal. It's basically when you take quartz and you plate it with platinum and other precious metals, but the main one is platinum, which creates the rainbow colors. So it's a precious metal basically plated onto quartz, and it creates that beautiful rainbow glow. So for you, it's like, it's this ascension of consciousness. Platinum is such a high vibe element, and it helps us access higher states of consciousness, higher states of being. When you have quartz along with that, quartz is a magnifying stone, and quartz is also a great stone for manifesting. So it's kind of just like connecting to the highest, greatest version of yourself and tapping into manifesting, which is why Angel Aura Quartz is like one of my favorite crystals of all time, because it's all that type of energy. So it's no wonder you were drawn to that. I feel like for you, it's like stepping into your higher version and stepping deeper into your spiritual practices. Angel Aura Quartz, almost said Hortz. Angel Aura Quartz helps you step into and access those higher states, and it also helps you deepen your spiritual practices because it connects you so much deeper to all of that. So anyway, enough of that. That is all about that crystal. That is all about your month of July coming up. And wow, it definitely looks like you're just stepping into something new and something that's so exciting, like a vision that you have to bring to life, stepping outside of your comfort zone to make it happen and like fully committing and dedicating to it by the end of the month. So, oh, and I almost forgot, literally almost forgot to do our astro dice. So we're going to dive into this. We're going to roll the zodiac sign dice 3 times to get your top 3 most likely zodiac signs to be in your life this month. So let's see what they are. We have Taurus energy, Virgo energy. Virgo's been coming up for a lot of people. Virgo's be out there this July. And then Sagittarius. So Virgo, Taurus, and Sagittarius are the top 3 most likely zodiac signs to be in your life. And let's see, any last information for you. We have the moon in Libra in the 6th house. Ooh, creating more balance in your routine is coming up. And creating more emotional fulfillment, more emotional alignment in your routine, which the last thing that I was touching on was literally, I felt like you were creating like a spiritual routine to help keep you in the high vibes, to help keep you in the alignment and the good energy. Ooh, I just feel like you're creating a routine around that. And that's also what's coming up here. Like the moon is our emotional self. It also connects to our spirituality, our intuition, and our 6th house is our routines, our schedules, our work, our environment. It also deals with our pets as well. So all of that. And then Libra energy is the beautiful balance. Libra brings balance to everything. Libra is also our flirtatious, our fun, our high vibe kind of self. And it's also the part that brings justice to situations and is like, you know what? I'm saying no to this because that brings me out of balance. And then it's like, I'm saying more yes to this because it brings me more into balance, et cetera, et cetera. So Libra is that beautiful energy of like really putting your foot down for things and stepping into the more flirtatious, out there, exuberant, excited, happy, laughing kind of energy. So that is what we have to end us off here, my beautiful group 3s. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I hope you enjoyed your reading for the month of July. I am sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 4s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. Okay, my group 4s, July is about to be a huge month for you. Let's talk about why. So we have the Mystic and the Teacher here. Then we also have the Devil and the 6 of Cups being reversed. Then we have the Tower and the 3 of Pentacles upright. And then we have the Knight of Swords being reversed over here. So, this is going to be a big month. The fact that we start off with the Devil being reversed and 6 of Cups also reversed here, there is something that it almost seems like you've been needing to let go of for a while. This could be anything from like a toxic habit, toxic client, job that doesn't appreciate us, relationship that is not working out, other different habits and things that we have, ways that we've even been just repressing ourselves or repressing our truest desires. All of that has accumulated to a point right now where I feel like you've kind of had enough, and you know that like you just don't want to be doing the same things anymore. You don't want to be making the same choices. You don't want to be going down the same path. That is evident and clear right here. And the Tower being your first, or not first, but center card. I always say first when I'm talking about the center card. Your center card here, it's your main dominant July energy, is divine intervention and the ending of what no longer is meant to be in your life anymore. This is a very positive thing, okay? Especially considering the cards that precede the Tower and come before it. The fact that we have the Devil here with the 6 of Cups, this is something that like, it's been needing to leave your life for a while. It's been needing to be let go of. You have deeper desires that have not been being met. And honestly, like the Devil is always talking about something that we're attached to that is not good for us, but we just feel bound to it. We feel like we have to stay there. And the Tower is like, no, this is the time to get rid of it. And divine intervention is coming through from the universe being like, this is the month. This is the month where we are separating from it. We are distancing ourselves from it. The Six of Cups as well being reversed shows that we were maybe attached to it, or we thought we had to stay with it, or it was something from our past that maybe we just have a lot of history with. The Tower, it's like, no. Let's not have the thing in our life anymore that's holding us back. And Three of Pentacles right here, you're going to have so many people around you that are helping you, giving you opportunities, helping guide you and lift you up through this shift process, because there is it's a definite shift. The Tower is like, yeah. And I feel like you're already aware that this shift needs to happen. I really get that vibe from you, Group 4, that you're already totally aware that this shift has to happen. And maybe we just didn't know when it was going to happen. But July is your month of the transition, and I just see so many supportive people being around you. The Three of Pentacles is so positive when it comes to uplifting people being around us. Like, look at the support that's happening even with the hands of these two people. It's like they're just supporting each other. They're here. And I just really see that on the other side of this, you're going to realize that there is like so much love, and that things are easier than maybe you thought. And it's this realization of like, oh, I'm totally going to be okay. And I'm so glad that this is now happening. And I feel this sense of relief as well. New opportunities are going to come in because of this, like total new opportunities that are going to help with this sort of like transition and all of that. I also see you having a lot of fun through the month of July. I just see you seeing a lot of people having like fun and like laughing and smiling, and just this energy of like support and goodness is going to be around you. Knight of Swords being reversed as well is this energy of like, let's slow down. We don't need to rush. I feel like it's also this energy of like things that you were worrying about, the answer is going to flow to you through this month. The answer is going to flow to you. I also see you navigating things and people being around to help you process like thoughts, emotions, all sorts of things, and to come out on the other side of it just being like, I'm ready, I am supported, all of that. I just ate a bunch of apples, so I'm so sorry if I'm like ever making digestive sounds that my microphone picks up on. I don't know why I eat before these readings. It's like the silliest thing, because then I always have my stomach making like gurgles and digestion, and sometimes my microphone picks it up and sometimes it doesn't, so anyway, we have Mystic, Know, Seek, Contemplate, Philosophize. You're going to have this inner knowing, and I feel like you already have this inner knowing. In fact, you have this inner knowing, like you already see that this needs to happen. You already see that this is happening. And I feel like you already know that on the other side of it, so many more amazing things are going to open up. It is going to set you free. Anytime we face the Devil card and what the Devil card represents, which is all of these attachments that have been holding us back, all these kind of toxic things, all these not good things that have been restricting us, oppressing us, holding us back from our desires. Of course, when we face it and we get to the other side of it, it sets us free. It literally sets us free to now go and pursue our desires. It sets us free to now go and find something that's going to be expansive rather than restrictive and feels like a cage, right? And so for you, I see that this month is going to be about, you're going to contemplate and start seeking what's going to light me up. What's going to be the next, what do I want to do on this blank canvas? Whenever we go through a Tower moment and something like ends in our life, because the Tower is like an ending, then we have a blank page or a blank canvas moment of life. Nothing is written yet. What are you going to write in that next chapter? What are you going to intend and pursue in the next chapter? It's all up to you because it's blank. It's new. So what are we going to do, right? So it's kind of like the world is your oyster. And this is just your time to step into more expansiveness. The Mystic taps into her visualization abilities. She has inner knowing. She has inner calling. So listen to like, what are the things that you really love? And allow yourself to dream. Like this is a time, you're going through a time right now, Group 4s, where this is your time to dream and expand. when you get a blank page, that is a rare opportunity, you know? And so now you get this time of like, what story are you gonna write? It's so fun. Like, I'm actually so excited for you. We also have the teacher here. Learn, upskill, educate, prepare. So you may also be called to attend a course. You might be called to start reading books. You might be called to self-improvement. You might be called to connect with somebody who you admire, who can give you guidance and advice, which I do actually see being a thing for you. This could also be connecting with somebody who can like really, just support. There's so much support. But also, the teacher, I do feel like you are going to be learning something new, diving into self-improvement, maybe attending a course, class, other thing like this to kind of up-level. Like, this is your month where I think you're going to be really inspired to like up-level yourself. And maybe you're also going to be learning about like how do I create my dream life? That might be like a new interest for you. Is like, since I have this blank canvas moment, like, how does one create a freaking like transformation of stepping into like their ultimate dream? Because right now that opportunity is right here. So yes, some of you may have already just gone through this tower moment, by the way. This might just be the energy and the aftermath of what you're still transitioning through in July, by the way. So I do want to say, if any of you are like, I already had my tower moment, does that mean there's going to be another one? I do want to point out that if you've already had this tower moment, you are just going to be transitioning through the remnants of this and stepping more into this mystic, which is this seeking, visualizing, stepping into the teacher aspect, where it's like, oh, what do I want to learn? What do I want to grow into? Who do I want to become in this next chapter? And diving into the support and things like that. So if you have already experienced this tower moment, July is going to be the moment of like asking yourself, what do I write on this new page? What is this new chapter going to be? What is this new book going to be? What is this blank canvas going to become? So that is your biggest question through this next month. Let's dive into some more cards. I feel like using these ones for you. And let's see, my group fours. Your month of July. What else do we have? Ooh, those cards zoomed right out. That was like very airy type of energy. There's a lot of air energy in that. We have divine guidance. Okay, so yes, you're going to have people around you that are so here to support you, to teach you, to give you advice and guidance through this time. You might also connect to somebody that you really admire and you might really enjoy taking advice from. I also feel like you're going to also be divinely guided as well by your spirit guides. They're divinely guiding you through this time. So whispers from the beings who shine, let their messages be clear and kind. Then we also have harvest. This is where we rake in the fruits of our labor. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. Honestly, in this next chapter for you and in this like next month, I see that you're going to be so much more excited and fulfilled. Like, you're being divinely guided to a bigger purpose, to a bigger vision. And that's why this tower moment had to happen, because you're meant for more. You're meant for more than what you were previously attached to and what you were previously settling for. You're being divinely guided whenever. Okay, so there's a saying, rejection is just divine intervention and redirection. Rejection is just divine redirection. You're being divinely redirected, literally divine guidance. You're being divinely redirected to what's going to bring you more abundance, to what's going to be more fruitful for you. Because back here, like, whatever this is that's ending in your life wasn't bearing much fruit for you, was it? Like, it wasn't giving much juice. The plant was not producing the fruit that it should have for you. Like, it just wasn't. In this next month, I feel like you are being divinely guided to open your horizons to something so much more, to make an intention for something so much more. Again, I do see you learning and up-leveling so much to where, honestly, I think you're going to be looking back, because whenever we do this up-level and we do this like self-improvement and we do this rediscovery of who we are, when we look back on what previously ended in our lives, we actually look back at it and we're like, how did I ever want to settle in that? How did I, we kind of like question that, right? But of course, like, you know, it had its time and place, but where you're going to be is going to be so much higher, so much greater than what that was, that it's no longer going to resonate with you. I really feel like at the end of July, like by the end of the July, you're actually going to be looking back on this being like, yeah, I actually don't resonate with that anymore. And I'm really glad that that ended and didn't continue in my life. So yeah, you're being divinely led to what's going to be more abundant for you. So if this is a job ending, you're being divinely led to a job that's going to bring you more. You're being divinely led there. If this is a relationship that's ending, it probably wasn't a super fruitful relationship to begin with, and you probably weren't getting much juice from the can. And you're being divinely led to like, hey, you deserve so much more. You deserve, for all the effort that you put in, you deserve a fruitful harvest, right? You don't deserve to be starving in your relationship. You don't deserve to be starving in your job. You don't deserve to be starving in your life for fulfillment, for love, for anything. Like, you are meant for more. And I just see that you're going to be looking back being like, oh man, I am so glad that that happened, because wow, did it ever open up so much more for you. And Spirit wants you to know that going into this month, because you are being divinely called to plan a new vision. And it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfectly planned out, because it's going to develop over time more and more, of course. But like, you're being called to at least begin creating one. And the reason why all of this is coming up for me to tell you is because, like, don't create a vision that's limited for you again. You're not meant to do that, because that's going to be another thing that just ends again. You're meant to create a vision that you're so excited by, that you're like, wait, that would be the most inspiring life for me. That would be the most incredible time in life. And maybe you're going to be navigating that and figuring out what that looks like for you. And again, it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be fully flushed out by the end of July. But I do see you're going to be more steps ahead. You're going to understand more and more of what you're truly meant for. So let's dive into more. This is such a big month. I cannot believe the information that's coming up in this reading. It's just so deep and so like this is usually the kind of stuff that comes up when we're doing a reading on like what you need to know right now, or massive changes coming into your life next. This is usually, the stuff like this doesn't usually show up in a monthly reading, but it is for you, because wow, there's just massive energies happening in your life right now. So we also have the square, which is a divine redirection. So I can't believe that's coming up again. So resistance, struggle, obstacles, experience, effort, learning, conflict, obsession, problems. So yeah, there's something that you're navigating out of. And when we think about the 90-degree angle of a square, it's literally like maybe we were headed in one direction. It's like, oh, no, that wasn't the right direction. Whoop. Like, it's the divine redirection. So whatever obstacles, struggle, the things that you were struggling with, the things that weren't making sense for you, the things that were never being fruitful and not leading to the outcome, it's like, it's time to redirect. The other card that we had here is New Moon, new beginnings, planting seeds, setting intentions. Look at the last word on this. It says blank page. How many times did I bring up that analogy in this reading? Like, I cannot even. Spirit just has so much to say. My group 4s, there's so much going on for you. And also, I just want to mention that you are group 4. Numerologically, the 4s are the energy of setting a foundation, setting a solid foundation. The tower does not break down on a solid foundation. The tower only breaks down when the foundation was never meant to last anyway. It wasn't built on a solid foundation, and therefore it breaks down. So the tower is the analogy of the tower breaking down. This next phase for you, this next chapter, since you are group number 4, and that's significant, you are setting a new solid foundation. You will have learned from the previous stuff, whether you consciously realize that yet or not. You will have learned from that, and you'll be so much more aware of like what creates a faulty tower versus what creates a strong, solid structure that you can live in, you can breathe in, you can soak in, you can feel secure in, right? And this next phase for you is connecting to that. So let's go ahead and dive into our last deck of cards. Then we're also going to dive into the Astro Dice to get some more info for you. So let's see what comes up here. I also feel like I need to change my battery because it is about to die. So I'm going to change that as we get our cards here, and then I'll quickly change that. So let's see, any last information for my group 4s? Ooh, that card wanted to come out. I love that the Sage card came out for you. Let's get one more here. Ooh, that one really wanted to come out. Warrior, ooh, I love it. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna change my battery and then we'll get into this. Okay, we are back. So the Sage card is when we clear out negativity from our life. So your major theme through the month of July, as we know so far, is clearing out negativity. Also, the Warrior. Actually, I want to talk about that one last. But we also do have sacred sexuality. So I feel like your self-worth, you're no longer going to let the same things into your life that you did before. So sacred sexuality doesn't just deal with our sexuality. It also deals with what we let into our life on a deep level. So I do think you're going to be a lot more cautious, a lot more aware of what you say yes to. I think you're going to take a lot more time before you say yes to something. Like, it's like waiting for the right job, waiting for the right person. And like, it's okay to make mistakes and stuff, of course, but I do see that you're just going to be a lot more protective of your energy and aware of like, I don't want to let just anyone into my space again. I don't want to take just any job just because it pays the bills. Like, I want to get something that I love. I want to get something that's fulfilling. I want to, that kind of energy. Then also with the Warrior, wow, you are stepping up into your power, literally your power. I see you being so much more confident to set boundaries, to lay down your thoughts, to lay down the law. I just see you being so much more determined. The Warrior is this energy of determination, willpower, strength, boundaries, courage. Like, it's a warrior type of energy. The Warrior is going to get the job done. It is going to face the battle, and it's like this energy of winning. The energy of winning. That is your energy coming out of the month of July, is like this energy of like, I'm going to win. The next thing that I dive into, I'm going to win at it. The thing that I choose, right? The thing that I'm going to choose to do, I'm going to freaking win it, right? I'm going to do it. So let's dive into our Astro Dice to get any last information for you. We're going to start off with our Zodiac sign dice. We're going to roll it 3 times to get the top 3 most likely Zodiac signs to be in your life this month. So let's see. We have Aries, there's Aries horns right here, actually. So Aries is definitely a prominent energy for you. I almost wonder if some of you are Aries. Of course, this reading is still relevant regardless, but Aries is definitely a dominant sign for you. We also have Scorpio coming up. And it's interesting because Aries and Scorpio are both ruled by Mars, which is a very warrior energy. And what do we have it? Aries is popping up for you again. So a lot of Mars energy is in your life this month. And Libra. So Aries, Scorpio, and Libra energy are the most prominent. Of course, Aries and Scorpio, they're both very connected to Mars. There's a lot of action energy, a lot of strength energy, a lot of warrior energy coming through. And then let's see, any last information for my group 4s. We have Venus in Gemini in the 12th house. The 12th house is our subconscious. It's also our creativity. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and money, and Gemini is the planet of, or zodiac sign, of communication and writing. It's the zodiac sign of the mind and thinking. For you, I see that you are coming to a much more like beautiful mental state. Because since the 12th house also deals with our subconscious, Gemini is also the mind. I see for you, like, learning how to, like, create more peace, more trust within your own mind, within your own mentality. Venus, since it deals with love, beauty, and money, I'm seeing this improvement of self-worth, improvement of self-image. I'm also seeing a more abundant mindset of realizing, you know what, like, I can download the codes of of believing in myself to create abundance, to go for the bigger things in life, right? Imagine somebody who has the mindset of like I can do anything. Luck comes my way. I can go for the big stuff and I can win at the big stuff. Venus brings that energy into our mind when it's like in the 12th house with Gemini. It helps us with mindset work. So I also wouldn't be surprised if some of you are really interested in like taking classes, reading books on like self-improvement or mindset work to like learn, uplift, educate, and prepare you. And especially with Venus also being here in the 12th house, I would not be surprised if some of you are going to get really into that this month. And even if not, I'm just seeing like even the people that you're just going to be talking to and the encouragement that you're going to be getting from your friends and from those that you're surrounded by is going to uplift and create a lot of those new thinking patterns as well. So that is what we have here, my group number 4s. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I am sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 5s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of July. I almost said January. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive right into your reading. Ooh, okay, my group 5s. So we have 7 of Swords being reversed, Queen of Cups upright, Justice, the Star, King of Swords. We have Guardian, Enchanter, and Musician as your cards that are showing up for your month of July. So going into what you can expect, starting off with the 7 of Swords being reversed is an amazing position for this card to be in, because this is when we are addressing issues and not trying to avoid things. We are addressing them, we are facing them, we are also healing them, we are also ready to just make decisions that are going to be good for us rather than trying to beat around the bush, rather than trying to be avoidant, basically. So I see that you're going to be facing a lot of things, and through that, you're going to become so much more strong. I see you also upholding boundaries this month. Like the fact that we have 7 of Swords reversed, Justice upright over here, and Justice as your center card. The Justice card is when we come into balance. We are also so ready to liberate ourselves from past mistakes. We're so ready to liberate ourselves from negative energy or other things that we've been in that we're just like, I just need to like put my foot down, bring justice to this. I need to uphold boundaries. I need to create balance in my life. So you might be doing this on a personal level with yourself, like such as creating better boundaries with yourself, what you allow yourself to do or not do, and laying down some nice boundaries to keep you in alignment with your goals and with where you want to go in life. This could also be in regards to other people and laying down proper boundaries so that you're not getting caught up in other people's stuff or letting people take advantage of you or anything like that. Like justice is when we become so much more strong and sovereign and we're like leading our own life and all of that. And so I just see you getting into much more alignment, and I see it being able to set you free. The fact that Justice is surrounded by Queen of Cups and the Star right here, you are going to find so much more emotional fulfillment, emotional contentment. And what's interesting is this group, I feel like there was a very similar message, and I believe it was in group number 1, I think. But there was a similar message on creating boundaries and it creating emotional fulfillment and things like that. And I'm seeing that in your reading too, which is so beautiful. So yeah, and then also the Star card, this is going to set you free. This is going to allow you to spread your wings, to feel the lightness. It's like you're taking a weight off of your shoulder. If you've been really needing to get down to the truth of a situation or speak your truth in a more powerful way and to also feel justified. If there's anything in your life where you felt like, oh, I'm unsure about this, or what do I do? Is this the right thing to do? You are figuring out the exact right thing to do, the justified thing, and you're going to feel justified for your actions and what you're doing. So that's going to be a beautiful, powerful energy for you this month. And again, it's going to bring a lot of emotional fulfillment. It's going to set you free. It's going to make you feel like you've taken a weight off of your back, and all of a sudden it feels like you're floating, and there's more faith, more energy of like coming back to connectedness, to yourself, to your values, to just being in alignment. And the star is also when we feel like there's a new beacon of light in our life. And it might even be exuding from you, just feeling like, oh, I can let myself shine. I can let myself be authentic and be real, and seeing the value also within yourself this month. King of Swords is when we get so much more clarity. Our mind is so much more clear on what we want, and our communication is very clear and straightforward. Again, if you've been needing answers on something, we have a lot of cards here pointing towards getting answers, getting feedback, getting approval, things going right for you. If you're in a situation right now that you're really trying to win, or something like this, Justice and the King of Swords is a very much like I'm gonna win, I'm gonna get the yes, I'm going to figure this out, I'm gonna, get the answer. So this is all like getting answers and things like that. King of Swords can sometimes also represent another person in our life, so an air sign male, most likely. Queen of Cups can also represent another person, but I really feel like Queen of Cups is showing up as you and feeling more fulfilled, feeling more in alignment, feeling healed as well. So this could be a very healing month for you. And King of Swords, I do feel like it's an aspect of yourself, but I do also feel like it could be another person in your life that maybe you are waiting for answers for, or maybe something along the lines of this for this month. So we do also have Guardian, Enchanter, and Musician right here. For one, I see this being a very healing month for you in regards to your emotions, and also just feeling back in flow, feeling back in harmony. Music is always getting into the harmony of life. And the Musician card, it says shine, play, invoke, and express. This is like what I was seeing in the Star card, like your ability to shine your light. There's something here where you're gonna feel more bright in the month of July. And I'm hearing it's gonna be around the 20th of July. There's this brightness. You're just gonna feel brighter and lighter. There's a more playful energy for you. If any of you play instruments, I feel like you're gonna get really inspired by that through this next month. But also invoke and express. If there's any creative ways in which you express yourself, my group fives, whether that's like painting, writing, playing music, anything else that's creative, art, anything like this, I'm seeing that that's going to be a very prominent thing in your life through July. It's like evoking more inspiration for you within your creative fields. Perhaps you're even going to reinvigorate your spark for something creative. And then we do also have, Guardian and Enchanter. You're going to be so much more protective of your energy this month. So rather than letting people dictate your energy or walk all over you, or again, the feeling where we can't say no and we feel like we have to say yes to things. I just feel like you're kind of done with that energy, and you're so ready to step up into your power and say no when you don't want to do something, to feel like it's okay to cancel a plan if you're really not feeling it. It's okay. You can guard your energy. You can preserve, protect, defend, and shelter your energy and your mood. And Queen of Cups, the fact that she's upright, this is when you get into emotional balance. And I'm seeing that being a huge factor for you through July, is protecting your emotional balance, guarding your emotional balance. You might even feel like there's something where you are protective over it through the month of July. So if you are a parent, perhaps through the month of July, you're just going to be a lot more aware of okay, I don't want, I'm going to protect more, right? I don't want things to, outside influences to influence whatever. So you're going to be much more protective of your kids if you have kids. I do also see, you being more just protective of yourself and your energy, like I was saying. And then Enchanter over here, magnetize, open, reveal, and manifest. You're going to become so much more magnetic to manifestation as you step into your creativity, which I'm seeing with the Musician card. you're stepping into more creativity this month. The star and the musician, like this is your month to step back into shining your light, doing what feels good. And through that, I'm seeing this more magnetic energy. Things will come to you easier. So like good news, good things happening, new good opportunities. You're going to be magnetizing those into your life through getting creative and allowing yourself to just ignite your inner spark. So maybe there's something that you have been creative with, and I feel like this is a lot of you actually. I'm getting that this is the majority of you that are watching this reading. There's been something that you used to be really creative with and you used to allow a lot of creativity in your life, but maybe lately you haven't been making time for it. Again, it's artsy, it's creative, it's fun. It's thinking outside the box, not feeling like you need to restrict yourself to doing things in the same way you always have. Like sometimes when we're an artist and then we come up with a style and then we just stick to that style and eventually we're kind of just like, oh, I'm just always doing the same thing now and I used to be so creative, I used to be so fun with it. I see that you're getting back into the fun with creativity. You're getting back into something that maybe you stopped doing for quite some time, or if you've had writer's block or just felt uninspired, I'm seeing that reinvigoration happening. But there's a lot of creativity this month, and I feel like you're going to be called to pick something back up that you used to do. So again, that could be like painting, music, art, writing, all sorts of things like that. So let's see what else we get for you, my group fives, the month of July. Ooh, my microphone cord is getting attached to my finger. Let's see. Okay, we have true love, come to me. There's a new spark coming back in. When it comes to your love life, this can also talk about your love life where we're calling in more affection, more real love. Like if you're single, I feel like you're ready for like true love or nothing. It's like, it's either it or it's not, and I'm not gonna make time for the in-between stuff. So that's one thing. If you're already in a relationship, I do see you getting closer to that relationship. I see really fun, exciting things happening for you where there's just more romance. There's more romance. There's quality time, like real quality time spent together where it's kind of like you fall in love deeper with your person. We do also have the card of confidence as well. I feel like as you get back into your like filling up your cup emotionally through creativity, igniting your spark, having boundaries when it comes to your energy and protecting your energy and all of that, I just see confidence. Confidence is going to rise because of that. Because you're honoring your energy and your energy has time to thrive and shine and be fulfilled and all of that. It's going to be a confidence booster, that's for sure. Now let's see, what else do we get here? My group of fives. I really feel like the Queen of Cups, she's intuitive. Seven of Swords can sometimes be like us sniffing out BS. So if there's anybody who tries to like, I don't know, like gaslight you or not take the blame when it is their fault, you sense that so deeply. Like you can feel that. Like people cannot pull the curtain over your eyes. You're so sensitive to that. And there might be a time in July where you're going to really have to bring justice to that situation and just be like, hey, no more. Like I've had enough of this. You can't pull one over me. Like I'm not going to play stupid. I'm not going to go along with this game. It's like, the fact that justice is here and that this is here, it's like no longer wanting to play those games, no longer wanting to like, yeah, you can sniff it out from a mile away. And I also feel like you are just getting more in alignment to just truth and honesty and being able to express your truth, to guard your energy, to turn your back away from people who ever try to like, not respect you. I just see you turning your back to them and being like, you know what? I don't have time for that. So that's another aspect that I'm really seeing here and picking up on as well. We also have the waxing gibbous moon here. This one is alignment, refinement, nurture, patience, and evolution. Getting into alignment. I've been using that word so many times throughout this reading. Nurture. I feel like you're going to be nurturing your energy through guarding it, protecting it, and being really, you know, cautious of who you're around and who you're going to give your time and energy to. So yeah, refinement, also patience and evolution. This is a total evolution of your soul. We also have Neptune here, inspiration, dreams, spirituality, and delusion. So Neptune is actually the planet of like creativity and arts, anything artsy. So like music, media. If some of you are into media at all, or you work in media, or you work online or anything like that, I think that there's opportunity to expand that space in July. There's an opportunity to bring in more inspiration and new creativity in that space. Or even if you just work in other types of artsy creativity type of things, like again, music, art, painting, writing, all of that, like the Neptunian energy is very artsy, and so inspiration, dreams, spirituality, and all of that. It does also rule delusion, but that's also because it rules illusion, which is like the fantasy. So it's all the fantasy kind of stuff. Maybe some of you are really into that, or maybe some of you are just really imaginative and creative and want to dive into and explore and expand more of like a creative vision and have fun and create more inspiration. That's really the word that I want to use here. So yeah, we also have the card of nurture with this, which is Ceres. This has been showing up so much for people lately. I can't even believe it, but it is the asteroid that represents children in astrology because it deals with the mother and nurturing. However, it can also be something that indicates what we are nurturing. So we can be nurturing ourselves, right? We could also be nurturing an idea or a project and bring it to life. Or we could be physically nurturing our children and being the guardian of them. So this might be just a confirmation for some of you. If you are mothers or fathers, you have children or anything like that, they might be a really big influence, big part of your life through the month of July. There might be a lot of like, let's nurture, let's learn, let's grow, let's have fun together, let's do activities, things like that. Another aspect of it could be nurturing yourself and nurturing your creativity, nurturing your ideas and your vision and all of that. So it's the card where we're making something come to life. So maybe there's a vision you have that you're working on making it come to life. You're taking that vision, building it so that it can be a physical, tangible, real thing. So that's coming through as well. And let's go ahead and dive into our last deck of cards here, and then we're going to get into some astro dice to end off your reading. So we have surrender coming up. Let's see, let's get some more cards. Ooh, we have the outlaw coming up, and I really feel like this one wants to come out too. We were talking about boundaries so much in this reading. I'm not even surprised that we have boundaries coming up. Okay, so there's certain things that we cannot change, that we just have to surrender to, right? So if somebody is, you know, like we can't change other people. So for example, that's something that we sometimes have to surrender to because it's like, well, I can't change you. And if you're going to act this way, maybe I just need to set some boundaries and give you the boot if you cross those boundaries. So when it comes to people crossing boundaries, sometimes we just need to lay down that law and, you know, uphold those boundaries. And we just need to surrender to certain things that we can't change, that we don't have control over. So I do see you becoming a lot more protective of your energy, protective of your time, protective of self-respect, right? And then also having the confidence to say no, having the confidence to give the boot to anything that is disrespecting you or not in alignment with you, not in alignment with your values, giving the boot to any habits or patterns that we no longer want to have in our life, all of that. You're just becoming so much more protective, so much more like in your sovereignty to say no and to uphold that, right? So that is amazing right there. Let's go ahead and dive into our astro dice. We're going to roll the zodiac sign dice 3 times to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs to be in your life this month. So let's see who they are. We have Scorpio energy coming up. We also have Pisces coming up. and Gemini. Scorpio, Pisces, and Gemini energy are the top 3 most prominent zodiac signs coming up for you. Now let's go ahead and roll all these together now to get any last information. So, all the way over here, if I can even reach this, my plant is in the way. So we have the 6th house, Neptune in Taurus in the, oh no, that's the 9th house. Ooh, sorry, yeah, that's the 9th house there. Neptune in Taurus in the 9th house. Neptune is, of course, showing up for you over here as well. So there's a lot of Neptunian energy for you through July. Creative, 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 creative. Media is a huge thing. If you ever have been wanting to expand your media or expand your artsiness, expand your vision, this is a month of expanding vision. This is also a month of expanding what's possible for you. The 9th house is expansion, philosophies, and travel. So there could be something that you're also maybe planning or visualizing in your future that you're wanting to expand into, and it could deal with, you know, either a bigger vision or travel or something like this, being more flexible, more on the go. Taurus is the practicality and putting a plan into motion, getting the physicalities of it figured out. So I see you have a vision that you're putting into a practical approach, a practical plan that deals with expanding yourself more. So that is beautiful. I also feel like you might learn a new modality in art, and Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is all about beauty. It's also about money too. So there could also be creative new things that you're thinking about in order to make your life more beautiful or more abundant or more fruitful, more opulent. So there could also be things that you are thinking about and expanding into and realizing, and I feel like you're expanding what's possible. Like there's going to be more information coming through where you're just like, oh, I never even considered that before. I never even realized that that was a possibility. And oh, that's a great idea. And it's now you have more ideas in your arsenal to like expand into and to consider. And that's going to be a beautiful aspect of the month of July for you. So that is what we have here. My beautiful group number 5s, all about your month of July. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm sending you all so much love. I hope you have an amazing and beautiful month. It sounds like it's going to be artsy. It sounds like it's also so much more like in alignment because you have those boundaries coming through where you're protecting your energy and staying in alignment with the road you want to be on, rather than feeling like people can like, you know, take control of your energy and tell you what to do and all of that. Just like you're really stepping more into that justified position of like, no, this is what I'm doing. I'm justified for this and I'm okay choosing this and this is what I choose. Like that's going to be amazing for you. I love that energy coming in, and yeah, I hope you have an amazing, beautiful month. My group number 5s again, sending you all so much love. Thank you so much for joining me here for your July prediction, and until next time, bye.